Tensions remain high between Thailand and Cambodia following a brief but deadly border dispute. But the peace agreement may not provide the quick fix the U.S. president is expecting. Tony Cheng reports.
An automated armoured vehicle rips through the thick jungle on the Thai-Cambodian border. They're clearing a path, trying to define territory that's been under dispute for decades. In a Thai village a little further down the border, they're also making plans. In the last few weeks, they've built new bomb shelters. The residents know how complicated this dispute is, and despite the current ceasefire, tensions remain high.
If the fighting stops, will the dispute end? And will the withdrawal of weapons help stop it? Both sides have heavy weapons. We're not there yet. Both countries are in the process of negotiating.
Donald Trump's intervention in July, when the border dispute escalated into open warfare, was instrumental in stopping the fighting. But will his involvement bring long-lasting peace, or is it just a photo opportunity?
On the ground, it's going in opposite direction. I mean, there's violations, infringements, encroachments, alleged encroachments on both sides. But most worryingly is the nationalist sentiments in Cambodia and in Thailand.
That sentiment has now forced the free-flowing border to close, roads barred with razor wire, a heavy troop presence on both sides.
This is as close as we can get to the Cambodian border, but even here the territory is disputed. That line of barbed wire doesn't actually mark the border, according to the Thai military, who say the real mark is 170 meters down the road.
From the Cambodian perspective, on the other side of the border, a deep mistrust of Thailand, but hopes that the US president can act as peacemaker.
Our fear is that the Thai side won't keep their word. They often say one thing and do another. But if President Trump applies legal pressure and acts firmly, I believe things will get better.
Thai soldiers patrol the river that divides the towns of Aranya Pratet and Poipet. 10,000 people a day used to cross the border here, and billions of dollars of trade deals have collapsed. A peace deal is unlikely to bring that back soon. And deep in the jungle, the machines have ground to a halt. In a conflict with so many obstacles, it's hard to see the wood for the trees. Tony Cheng, Al Jazeera, on the Thai-Cambodian border.
All right, Tony Cheng joins us now live from the Thai-Cambodian border. Tony, U.S. President Donald Trump's making the point that he's the mediator in this peace deal, but is it actually going to work?
I think that's the big question everyone's asking. I think on the Cambodian side, there is a lot of hope that Mr. Trump's intervention will prove instrumental. I think they feel that they have the force of the international community behind them. Things on this side of the border, on the Thai side, I think people are a little more wary of this arrangement. We've also heard from Prime Minister Anutin Chanvirakul today, speaking on a social media post, that this is just the start of a peace process. He said there are 4 things that need to happen before a long-lasting peace can happen, and that is the withdrawal of heavy weapons from the area around the border on both sides, the removal of landmines, the closing down of scam centres, and that's become a very big issue, a lot of which the Thais claim are located just across the border here in the town of Poipet, and the proper demarcation of border lines. And that's a very contentious issue which has existed for decades, frankly. It's the source of this whole border conflict. And I think, as you heard in our piece there, the real concern here is about the nationalism that's been whipped up on both sides of the border, particularly in Thailand. The politicians who are having to deal with this now are having to answer to people far away from these borders who've been whipped up over the fighting that happened over the summer. And trying to talk them down is now, into positions which they might feel are concessions is really a big problem. So on the one hand, I think they want to be in Kuala Lumpur today to placate Mr. Trump, to give him the big picture opportunity he's looking for and the big victory that he's claiming. At the same time, they are acutely aware that this is a very complicated dispute, and any steps towards a long-lasting peace are going to take a very long time to complete.
And Tony, throughout all the extensive reporting you've done about all the clashes that were going on the border the last several months. You're there right now. What are you hearing from local communities, from people on the ground about the complexity of this all and about Trump's intervention?
It's really interesting the different perspectives you get if you're in Bangkok or in other parts of Thailand from the views that you hear right on the border. Elsewhere, people are really fired up. I've heard people saying they're willing to sort of take up arms and go and fight for what they feel is their national territory. Here on the border, however, people are a lot more reluctant. They just want peace to come. And this is the border that we were talking about where 10,000 people used to go across every day. In the past 4 months, 400,000 Cambodian workers have returned across the borders to go back home because they've been made to feel so unwelcome here. That's had a huge impact on the Thai economy. These were people who worked in construction and domestic work, and it's left an enormous gap that Thailand's struggling to fill. And that's to say nothing of the billions of dollars of trade that used to go across this border every day. So people in these areas are really feeling it, and I think that's increasingly spreading to the rest of the country. The politicians know that that's a very big problem. At the same time, because this has become such a big issue, they can't really be seen to be making any concessions. Now, on the one hand, Donald Trump's intervention makes it slightly easier for them in that they can sort of blame this on Trump, or they can say Mr. Trump is responsible. On the other hand, I think if we do see any major steps in this ceasefire agreement, it's going to be quite hard for them to sell that to the people, particularly on the Thai side of the border.
All right, that's Al Jazeera's Tony Cheng, live for us from the Thai-Cambodian border. Thanks so much for your reporting, Tony.
Don't miss out, get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news and expert insights. Like, share, stay ahead.